Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to class. Um, have a strap near you. We are going to start laying down again and put a little loop in your straps. This, I don't think I fixed yours. Yep. Oh, perfect. So put a little loop in your strap and then also have a block nearby. Um, we're gonna play a little bit more similar to what we did on Sunday. If you were here on Sunday, really nice, slow work, very focused work, and just kind of see where we go. All right. So come on down to your backs, everybody. If you want a very low something under your head, feel free to do that. And just have your block in your strap where you can grab it when we're ready. And just feel your body. Maybe put your feet on the floor and let your knees stay bent for now, just so you can get a sense of your back in particular. Drawing the shoulders down toward the floor, maybe letting the hands come down at your sides. And just to feel where you are making contact. Feel your feet without changing anything. Feel your pelvis. Do you tend to tuck a lot when you lay down? Do you feel more flat backed or do you feel more arched? And notice where the shoulders are. Are they well away from the floor? Are they close to the floor? Where's your head, right? Are you lifting your chin? Are you tucking? Can you feel pretty neutral in your body? Start to feel the breath, taking a nice deep inhale and exhaling. Good. Stay there for a moment. Inhale and exhale. And as you inhale, I want you to stamp your right foot, not really hard, but you're going to inhale as you push down in your right foot. And as you exhale, I want you to push into your left foot. So it's this weird little feedback loop. Push into your right foot as you inhale. Exhale, push into your left. Good. Switch directions. Push into the left as you inhale. Exhale, push into your right. Nothing else is working. You're going to feel your legs, maybe your hamstrings. Push into your left to inhale. Exhale your right. And then switch, pushing into your right foot to inhale. Exhale the left. Inhale left as you push. Exhale right foot. Good. Let's do 3 more rounds here. Good. 1 more round. And then release fully. Maybe straighten the legs for a moment. As the legs are straight, again, notice where your body is at, feeling the heels of your feet on the floor, maybe the hips. Are you overarching? Are you underarching? How tight are the front of your quads? Can you feel the lengthening of the front of the legs? Deep breath in, everybody, and exhale out. And then just bend the right knee, bring your right knee to your chest. Hold underneath the knee, so hold the back of the thigh, and stretch your left leg as if somebody were pulling on your foot. Stretch the left leg nice and long, and then level out the pelvis. So we worked with this a bit on Sunday. So if I really lengthen the left leg, I feel that left hip descend down, and I feel the pelvis is a little bit crooked. So I'm just going to draw that left leg back up a little bit so that both hip bones feel pretty even. Grab your strap if you can find it. Wrap that strap around the right foot. Take that foot up toward the ceiling. And again, notice, right? Did the pelvis stay pretty neutral? What does that mean? One, if from one hip bone, front hip bone as its bone, to the other, that's fairly straight across, but you're also not flat on your lower back. There should be some space back there that you can play with. And just hold the right leg up toward the ceiling. Maybe flex the foot, start to stretch out the back of that leg. Take the left arm overhead with your palm face up. Good. So we're stretching the right leg and we're stretching the left shoulder. Find your breath here. Breathe. Good. Engage the lower belly. We talked about kind of knitting that low belly towards center, and just lift the left leg a couple of inches. Still the left arm is overhead, right leg up to the ceiling, left leg is lifted just a couple of inches, working with our core. Now, if you can stay here, if you can do a little bit more, I want you to let go of the strap and take both arms overhead. Whew, big work here for the core. Find your breath, and then bring the right hand back to the strap. Lower your left leg, lower your left arm, bend your right knee, bring it in toward your chest. Release that strap, straighten both legs, feel both legs, and then go to the other side. Left knee comes in, grab behind your left knee, just hold here, and then lengthen that right leg really long, and then draw the hips back to neutral. The lower back is neutral, knee to chest, just stretching out that right thigh. And then take the strap around the left foot, take the left leg up to the ceiling. You'll quickly know which leg tends to be tighter. Don't overstretch here. Some of my little gummy yogis out there, right? The little gummies can bring that leg all the way up toward their forehead. Don't do that. I want a nice kind of almost a 90-degree angle here. Flex your left foot. Hold here. Take the right arm overhead. Just let it hang there overhead. If you have a block there, a blanket, that's fine. And again, adjust, tone in through the lower belly. Notice if you're really flaring out the ribs here. Draw the ribs down. Still good. Tone the belly first. Don't lift the leg without engaging the core. Lift your right leg a couple of inches. Hold. Relax your head, relax your neck. Last one here, release that strap, take both arms overhead. Woo. Press down through the lower ribs, hold on to those legs. Good, release, left hand back to your strap. Lower your right leg, release your right arm. Bend your left knee, release your strap. And straighten both legs. Whew. Nice job, everybody. Breathe. And then just bend the right knee, put the right foot on the floor. So two options here. First option is you're going to take both hands behind your lower back. The palms are face down. This may not work for everybody. This is an exercise that I learned in some of those videos I was watching. So the hands behind the back are giving you feedback on where your back is, right? Where your hands are. If that doesn't work for you, just release if it hurts your shoulders. Now, tuck your chin a little bit and just lift your head. You're looking at the ceiling, you're not curling. If this hurts your head or your neck, one hand behind your head to take some of that weight off and lower down. All right, so here's what we're looking for. When I lift, I don't want to curl and put my low back into my hands. I don't want my low back to curl at all. So we're engaging the core without rounding the spine. We played with this a bunch on Sunday. So a little tuck of the chin, engage the belly, just lift the head a couple inches, 1 inch. Good, breathe. Notice if you're pressing into your hands. And lower the head, turn the head side to side. We're going to do 3 more of those. Remember to support your head neck if this hurts at all through your neck. A little tuck of the chin, engage the belly, lift the head an inch or 2. You're looking at the ceiling. Breathe, release, whew. Turn the head. Good. If you have this, if you notice you're not pushing into your hands, take one hand to your belly because I want you to feel the core work happening. And all we're doing is lifting our head, right? Lift up, tuck the chin, feel the belly engage. Breathe. Lower that head, turn the head side to side. Just switch legs for me. I don't want to forget to do the other side, so we'll do 3 on this side. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head. Breathe. Lower the head. By the way, just so you know, this is a challenge for my neck. I don't have a really strong neck. So I'm being very mindful of not getting into any level of pain in the neck, turning it side to side each time. We got 2 left, everybody. Little tuck of the chin, lift the head just an inch. Breathe. Lower the head, shake the head. Shake it side to side like no more. All right, last one. Tuck, tone through the belly, lift the head. Notice if you're pushing into your hands behind your back, hopefully not. And lower, release those hands, everybody. Bend that knee, shake your head side to side. All right, grab your block. Take that block between your shins. I've got mine on the second width. So it's not at the ankles, it's between the shins. Take both legs up toward the ceiling. Give it a good squeeze. Good. Nice deep breath. Hands go behind your head, but your head is going to stay down for now. Lower those legs about a quarter of the way to the floor. Squeeze the belly, but don't flatten the back. Breathe. Now, if low back issues, you can take those hands underneath your glutes. Good. So again, core work here. We've got the legs just diagonally down a little bit. If you want, lift the head just straight up. Don't curl. Breathe. Woo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the head. Bring the legs back up to neutral. Super tight hamstrings, by the way. Bend those knees a little bit. All right, take those legs down at a diagonal. If you want to play, try to go just a little lower. Notice if you start to overarch the back, you are going too low. Squeeze your block. Optionally lift the head. Little bit of support from those hands. Core is working super hard here. Smile. Woo. And lower the head, bring the legs back up. We only have 1 more. Big deep breath, squeeze your block. Take the legs anywhere you want. See if you can go just a little lower. Lift the head, optional. Don't look at your feet, look at the ceiling. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and fully release. Bring those knees to your chest. Nice job, everybody. Feet to the floor, set your blocks aside. Woo! Bring your knees to your chest. Just give your low back a little stretch. And feet back to the floor. Now, Sunday we worked on this. I really like it. So remember the bridge poses that we were doing, right? Neutral spine, pelvis is neutral. Engage the lower belly, and before you do anything else, squeeze those glutes. You should feel that activation. If you don't, just put your fingertips on those the lower glutes, glute max, and feel that engagement. Now, check the feet. Lift all your toes. Find the ball mound, the pinky mound, and the heel. Keep that engagement. Drop the toes back to the floor. Engage the glutes. Keep the glutes engaged as you lift the hips. Do not lift very high. So I'm looking at shoulder to knee. Glutes are active. Here's the tricky part. This is the part of the exercise I never heard before, is keep the engagement as you slowly lower back to the floor. It's so tricky. And then release the glutes. Let's do that again. Press into the corners of the feet, squeeze the glutes, little knitting of the belly, lift the hips slow, hold here. Keep that engagement. Don't flatten the back, but keep it active. Breathe. Keep that engagement of the core. Slowly lower, slow, 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 all the way down, and then release. You will feel that release. It's like, oh yeah, I was keeping those engaged. All right, 3 more. Belly, glutes, feet, push, lift those hips. Feel the engagement, everybody. This is like my new favorite exercise. So breathe, bridge pose, but not the big lift of the chest, right? We're working with these legs. We're finding our strength and energy. Keep the glutes engaged. Slow, 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 lower. Whew. Good. One left, I think. Lengthen, squeeze into the belly, lift those hips. You should feel them working. Breathe. And if you're like me and you learned bridge pose by lifting as high as you could through the chest, this is a whole different pose, right? We're working with the legs, the hips, the glutes. Breathe. Keep the engagement of the glutes and slowly lower all the way to the floor. Slow, slow, slow. Woo, good job, everybody. Knees to chest. Good work, good work, good work. All right, roll onto your side. Come up on your elbow. So again on Sunday, we did this pose if you were with me, but I want to add an element to it. So I'm on my right side, doesn't matter which side you're on. We're going to move the hips up and then lift those hips off the floor, right? Move the ribs away from the floor and then lift the hips. Here's the difference. I want to see if you can feel the underside glute medius. I want to see if you can feel some engagement, some work there as we lift. So when you're ready, lift your hips off the floor. Breathe, and then try to tighten that bottom glute a little bit. Your upper hand can either be up on this toward the ceiling or on your hip or to the floor to help you with that lift. So squeeze into the bottom glute and lower down. Whew. All right, squeeze the ribs in, lift the hips, take the arm up, optional, the top leg will straighten. So that top leg is coming straight off the hip. Squeeze up, squeeze up, squeeze up. Feel the glute. Maybe everything lowers down. We just have one more. Find your breath. First, bring the ribs in. Then lift the hips. Arm up is optional. leg extended, straight out, foot flexed, both glutes working. As we lift that hip away from the floor, we're engaging that glute muscle again. And release fully. Woo, nice job. Take it to the other side. Back down on elbow. Make sure your elbow feels good. Your elbow shoulder alignment feels good. The knees are bent. We bring the ribs in, right? So already we've engaged the obliques. Lift the hips, one side usually easier, harder than the other. As I try to pull the hips away from the floor, I feel that glute engage a little bit. We're starting with the low one to start. Arm up, squeeze, and lower. Good. Second one. We're only doing 3. We can all do 3. All of us. All right. Pull the ribs in, lift the hips. Arm up, optional. Leg extends, optional. Push that hip away from the floor. Big deep breath. And lower. Whew. Good. Last one here. Pull in, everybody. Find your breath. Lift the hips, either here or arm up or leg extended. When you extend the leg, see if you can bring the hip up another ½ inch. And lower fully. Good job, everybody. Come on up to a seat. Good stuff. So I don't know how many people felt those hips glutes from last class, but we won't do as much as we did last time. All right, inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, one hand down, let's just stretch. Whew. Now hold the stretch, soften the shoulder, that bottom shoulder, so you're not hiking it up to your ears. Press down through that opposite hip. Find your breath. Good. Take both arms up. Squeeze that imaginary beach ball. Take the other arm down. Just hold. You got it. And take both arms up. Exhale, both hands down, straighten both legs out in front of you. Bend your left leg only. I am mirroring here if that's confusing. So bend your left knee, it's my right. Lift up through the chest. Inhale, take the arms up, wrap your right arm around your left knee and come into a twist. Lift up really tall. Good. Nice engagement on that long leg. Breathe. Come back to center, wrap both arms or both hands around the knee, lift the other leg. Lift the chest, take the arms up. Quad work there, no kidding, right? Like doing Dandasana, but different. Woo. And release, straighten both legs, shake that out. Bend the other leg. You can tell I'm on a mission today. I'm like, come on, snap to it. All right, lift up nice and tall. Inhale. As you exhale, opposite arm wraps around the knee. The chest does not collapse. And we come into a nice twist here. This is a variation of other seated twists. I like it a lot. It's much kinder on the spine instead of crossing the leg over. Breathe. Release, take the arms up. Exhale, hold on to that knee, press the chest nice and tall, and then lift that opposite leg. Woo. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower, straighten both legs, flex both feet. Just give me a nice little Dandasana. That's it. And shake it all out, everybody. All right, table pose. Woohoo! So cushion those knees. If you've got a blanket, we are going to be on the knees for a little bit. So please take care of your body. If you want a blanket, if you need to fold your mat over, just so that you don't irritate the knees. And as always, in When we're in table pose, make sure you're taking care of your wrists. So hands flat on the floor. Here's that neutral pelvis idea again, right? So if I tilt up my tailbone, I dip into my lower back, and that is not neutral. And then I'll move through neutral and tuck. So I'm not doing cat cow. I'm just playing with the pelvis. As I tuck the pelvis, if I were laying on the floor, my back would be completely flat. Don't want that either. So I want you to just move through both the tilt and the tuck. Don't tuck the upper body, leave everything else neutral. And then see if you can find the middle space. Where's the middle space where you have the curve of your low back? You feel the engagement of the lower belly, but you're neither dipping or tucking, right? And then press the right leg back. Lift the right leg, level the pelvis. We played with a ton of this on Sunday. So if I lift the leg too far, too high, the pelvis is going to go out of alignment. Breathe as you reach through the heel of that right foot. Take the left arm out. Here's the tricky part. We're going to make a fist with your left hand. As you bring the right knee in, don't tuck. Keep the pelvis neutral and then extend out and hold. Tone the belly, keep leveling the pelvis. Bring the knee in, extend it out. Find your breath. We got 3 left, everybody. Squeeze that knee in, but don't drop the head. Don't round the body. Lengthen back out again. This is 2. Lot of focus here. Last one. Breathe. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Sit back in any way. Yep, shake out that wrist. A lot of time on the wrist. I know. Shake them out. And breathe. All right, other side. I suppose, let me see. I don't know that you can do this on elbows. It won't be the same, but it'll do some of that work. So if you want to switch and get to elbows, that's okay. All right, left leg back. Feel the glute, lift the leg. Glute should be active the whole time. Level the pelvis. If you're not sure, lift and lower that side hip and see if you can find the neutral spot. And then take the right arm out. You can always stay right here. Otherwise, make a fist. Imagine the whole back body getting energized. And then slowly meet the fist to the knee. Don't drop the head. I was just tempted to curl up there. Hold. Bring the fist to the knee. Slowly reach out. Everything about this is slow with a longer hold when we're extended. All right, bring it in. And extend. I know. Whew. Squeeze it in. Extend it out. We got one left. Here we go. Squeeze. And extend. Let go of the hand. Let go of the knee. Come on off those wrists. Give them a little shake. Oh, Betty, that heat is still on. I didn't. Hang on, everybody. I got the heat on, and I meant to turn that off before I started. Whoops. It's like hot yoga. All right. So come on back to your knees and your hands. This time, half plank. So walk the hands forward. Engage through the shoulders. You can bend your knees. I like to do that personally. It's easier on my knees. And then just feel this half plank. And then imagine pulling your knees toward your wrists. They're not going anywhere, but you should feel that belly. So imagine you're trying to scrunch those knees up. You feel that, Betty? Breathe. And then lower the feet and lift the knees. Full plank. Breathe. Lower the knees. Nothing else is changing. Bend those knees. Pull the knees toward the wrists isometrically. Woo! Lower the feet. Lift the knees. Full plank. One left. Knees down. Bend the knees. Pull the knees in. Lower the feet, lift the knees, last plank, squeeze the belly in, everybody. Lower the knees, release fully. Oh, find your breath. Core work, core work. Gotta love it. All right. We have one more on the hands. I know this is a lot. Stay with me if you can. If you need a break, just take a break. It's okay. It's okay. All right. And again, this one maybe you could do on elbows. So if you want to try that, go ahead. I'm going to start on hands. Same thing. Shoulders are engaged. Those upper shoulders are externally rotated. The belly is toned in, but I'm not flattening. Here's the tricky part. Everybody knows fire hydrants, right? Everybody knows that move. We're going to keep the pelvis neutral. You can, if you want, don't have to, put a block on your sacrum. So when I take that knee out, I'm only going so far to engage the glute and not lose the block. And then lower. These are super effective if we keep the pelvis neutral. Woo! And down, we're doing 5. Squeeze up. You should feel those side glutes. You feel those, Lenny? Breathe. Belly is toned. And down. We got 2 left. Lift and breathe. And down. Good. One more. See, I felt a little shift on that hip. When we lift the hip, we're compensating. Woo, and down fully. Come on off the wrist if you want. Even making little soft fists, leaning into the fists can feel good. Just going to do the other side and get that baby out of the way. So hands are down. Make sure you don't lose the upper body's integrity. When you're ready, you're going out to the side. It won't go as high if you're trying to keep those hips level. Imagine a cup of tea on those hips. Woo. And down. This is 2. Squeeze. Find that upper part where the hips are not skewing. And then just hold. And down. Whew. This is 3. Down. And 4. Whew. I should change my yoga thing from Simply Yoga to Simply Glutes. Let's get those glutes. And down. We got 2 left, I think. Out. Ooh, see, this side wants to compensate a lot more. I have to keep adjusting that hip back down. And down. We got 1 left, everybody. Squeeze, hold. And down. Holy moly. Release that all the way. Maybe child's pose or anything else that feels good. And then slide onto your bellies. Oh, and that actually feels good. Come into Sphinx pose, everyone. Let's just stretch out a little bit. So Sphinx is a great pose to stretch the belly. Think about anchoring the pubic bone. So tuck draw the low belly in and anchor that pubic bone. And then just sway to one side. You might feel a nice stretch in your belly. Come through center, sway to the other side. And center. Hold here. Elbows are under shoulders. Push into your knees. Lift your hips just a little bit, few inches. Hold. Lower the hips. Find Sphinx. Good. Press into your knees. Tuck, tuck, tuck that belly. Squeeze the belly in. Just lift a few inches. And lower. We got just one more there. Another core exercise. So these are all working very deep in core. We're not working those six-pack abs. We're working deep core belly. All right, tuck in. Squeeze, push into the knees. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower and lower the rest of the way, everybody. Deep breath. Keep the hips down, anchor the pubic bone, lift the left leg, lift the right leg to match it. The left leg, lower the right. Lift your right, lift the left. Lower the right, lower the left. Legs are nice and straight. Glutes, everybody. Lift the right leg, lift the left. Lower your right, lower your left. One more set here. Lift your left leg. Lift your right leg. Lower your left leg. And lower your right. Just shake it out. Maybe bend the knees. Do a little windshield wiper. Lower down. Upper body staying fully relaxed. That pubic bone staying anchored to your mat like you just super glued it. Down. Lift both legs, not very high. Open the legs. Bring them together. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep them low. 6, 7. I know. 9, 10, and lower. Good job, everybody. Almost done here. Whew. All right, anchor the pubic bone. Tone in through the lower belly. Lift both legs. Take both hands behind you. Turn the palms in. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lifting your head, your neck, reaching back for variation here of locust pose. Big deep breath. Turn the palms up, lift the shoulders, arms away from the body. Turn the palms down, see if you can keep the shoulders back. And fully release, bend the knees. Windshield wiper. Listen up, I just want you to turn onto your side. Bend the knees, so we're releasing the back this way instead of child's pose. Don't you feel good? You're going, no, not really. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, everybody, press on up. Good job. Let's come to hands and knees just briefly to find downward facing dog. Nice neutral spine, pressing back into down dog. Bend one knee and then the other. You're welcome to move your blanket out of the way while you're there, or we can do it once we stand. Good, just pedal the feet, stretch. And then take your feet wide on your mat. Parallel the feet so they're just lining up with the edges of your yoga mat. And notice here that you can really dump into your lower back. So what do we want to do? I want to bend your knees and then tuck the pelvis in or tuck the pubic bone in and then straighten the legs. See how that feels. Press through the hands, upper body's really nicely engaged. Breathe. Now walk one foot in, keep the other one where it is. Walk the other foot in so your feet are back to hips width apart. Bend both knees, tuck in the low belly, knit it together, and then straighten the legs. Breathe. Come to plank pose. Shake out the head. Tuck in the low belly. Lengthen the tailbone. Don't lose the curve in your low back, but don't over exaggerate it. Push the floor away from you. Engage the legs. Downward facing dog. Good job, everybody. Widen the feet to the edges of your mat. And then walk those hands back all the way toward your feet. Bend the knees, push your feet away from each other. Hands to knees, look up first, get your equilibrium, and then press up. Ooh, shake that all out. It's amazing how fast time goes. Like, what's happening? Good, shake everything. Breathe. Come back toward the front of your mat or anywhere hips are, or feet are hips width apart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, baby squat. Lift the chest, press back. Probably the biggest secret, the biggest key here is not leaning forward, but sitting those hips back as far as you can, as if you were sitting in a chair. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Breathe, chest up, tailbone long, and up. Exhale, listen up. Balance work here. As we stand, you're going to lift one leg. Here we go. Stand, lift the arms, hold. Press that foot down on purpose. Hands come together, squat. Push into the other foot, lift, hold, find your balance point. Lower on purpose. Hands together, down we go. One more, both sides. Inhale. Slow work today. Standing leg working hard, hard, hard. Breathe. Lower the leg on purpose. Down we go, last side. Here we go. Breathe. Set that leg down on purpose. Release those arms. Shake it all out. Just find mountain pose. Just breathe. Notice how you feel. You're hot, you're cold, you're tired, you're energetic, you're happy, not so happy. However you are, wherever you are, that's perfect. All right, come on back to the front of your mat, everybody. Find your pose. Oh, grab your blocks. I almost forgot that. Grab your blocks. I'm going to open this window. I don't know about you girls, but I'm warm. All right, so you're standing in front of your blocks. Good mountain pose. Go ahead and take your hands to the blocks. I've got mine on the highest level. Something that works really nicely here is a chair. Your hands can go on your chair. So if this is too low, maybe you grab your chair. All right, so same thing, right? Where is your pelvis in space? Are you dumping into your lower back? Can you knit together that low belly just above the pubic bone to help support that lower back? Your feet are walked back far enough that when the legs are straight, you've got a pretty good L shape, or at least your outer ankle to your hip. In other words, don't walk them back too far, but don't bring them too close to the block. Tap the left foot back, readjust, tone the belly, lift the left leg, warrior three variation. Here we are again, level the hips, tone the belly in, squeeze the glute, let the glute do the work, and then just slide that foot down. Keep it flexed. Maybe it'll go forward of your other foot. And then keep it flexed, squeeze the glute, lift. Lower, maybe it'll slide past the other one. Bring it back, squeeze, hold, bend your knee. So hamstring work, straighten the leg, lower it, maybe it slides past. Two more, just like that. Lift, bend the knee, squeeze the hamstring, straighten the leg up high, hips stay level. Down you go. Woo! One more. Tell me you don't feel that standing leg. Bend the knee, straighten the leg, lower, listen up, take it all the way through. Drop the heel, drop the foot, bend the back knee, and just bend into the pose. So front leg is straight, back knee is bent, stretching the hammy. Release, bring those feet back where they belong. Hands come to your knees, look up, stand up. Woo, all that time with your head down. Find your breath. So I mentioned on Sunday the series of videos I've been watching all about glute activation in a whole different way that ties in so beautifully with yoga and gets us out of that dead butt syndrome where we have forget how important those muscles are to everything that we do. All right, here we go. Take it up. Exhale, hands down. Find that position again if you've moved. Slide the right foot back. Level your hips. Lift the leg. Feel the glute work. Breathe. You're just going to flex that foot. See if you can slide it forward. And then lift it up and squeeze. Watch that standing leg. It's going to be tired. Slide it down and forward. Slowly slide it up. Feel the glute. Bend the knee. Squeeze the hamstring. Straighten the leg while it's still high. Slowly lower. Here we go. Two left. Lift. Bend the knee. Squeeze. Straighten the leg. Lower. Last one. Lift. Bend the knee. Squeeze in. Straighten the leg. Lower. Keep it going through. Drop that heel. Drop the foot. Bend the back knee and stretch into the hamstring. Whew. Release. Bend both knees, hands to knees. Come on up, everybody. Whew. Find your breath. Roll the shoulders. Come on up to the front of your mat. Lower those blocks. Bend the knees, step back, right leg. Easy lunge here. Stay high. Power up both legs. If your left foot is forward, take the left arm up. Just come into a nice little twist. If you want, that top hand can rotate back behind and reach for the opposite side waist. Release that arm, take it back to your blocks. Push off the back foot to step forward. Nice little forward fold here. And then just switch legs, left foot back. Squeeze the back glute. Take the right arm up. Make sure you're not too narrow. Breathe. Drop that arm. Oops, take it behind your back. I forgot. Only if you want. And then release that. Set both blocks to the side. Step back to down dog. Ooh. Breathe. Lower your knees to the floor, everybody. As you release that, just come to your behind. You're going to need your strap. You can have a block nearby for later. So take your strap and instead of a small loop, make a big loop. Big, big, big. Okay? Just make it nice and big. Now, not everybody will have this is an 8-foot. Not everybody will have that. For one thing, if I get to it later, your strap may or may not work for that. But we're going to start here by just laying down. Oh, that feels good. Take the strap in both hands and maybe wrap the strap around those hands once or twice. You're just trying to make it a little shorter. And then take it up toward the ceiling. Your feet are on the floor. You're in neutral spine. All I want you to do is press out against the strap. Head is neutral. And then bring that strap down to your chest like you're doing weights, like you've got a bar there. And lift up, pull down, and up. Keep tension on the strap. And up. Squeeze it down. Up. Good. Squeeze down. And up. Last one. Squeeze. Come halfway up. Press the strap wide. Come up a little further. Press out. Try to pull that strap apart. Come up a little higher. My elbows are still bent. And straighten the arms all the way. Take those arms overhead. And then just bring them to your knees without lifting anything else. Good. Bring the strap overhead and to your knees. Overhead, hold there, bend the knees, lift the feet so that the legs are at 90 degrees. Find neutral pelvis, keep the knees away from your belly button, so still core work. Sorry about that. Sneaking in just a little bit more. Lift that strap up and overhead, tap your knees. Keep the knees away from your chest. And over. So static work here for the core and still working shoulders. Good. Tap those knees. And over. Good. Tap. Bring the strap over. Hold here. Now, we're doing 5 more of those, 6 more of those. Or we're going to alternate straightening one leg as the strap taps the other knee. So it's going to be really challenging to watch that low back. So here we go. Strap comes up and taps the left knee, the right leg straightens. Bring the right knee to place, go left. And back, go right. Don't let the low back rock. Up and left and up. We got one left, both sides. Right leg and left leg. And fully release. Woo, set that strap aside. I got to make up for all my time in Australia. Breathe, everybody. Let's go ahead and go into figure 4. Let's take the left ankle to the right knee. Bring those knees toward chest if you would like. I'm going to turn around because the sun is right in my eyes. Good, deep breath here. And then, so your left ankle is above your right knee. Keep those in place, but then take the right heel and just turn the right heel toward the left, right? As if you could stack that ankle to the knee and then release. So bring the right foot over to the left and release. Do 3 more. Squeeze. It's like fire log pose. And out. 4. Release. 5. And release. Cross the knees. Bring both knees to chest. And just optional, if you would like, go to cow face legs, walking those hands down your ankles, which is a lovely version, or your feet, softening the shoulders, stretching out that left hip. Maybe close the eyes, maybe smile a little bit. Try to soften your whole back, your hips into the floor. Good. Release that side, feet back to the floor. Take the right ankle to the left knee, bring those knees up. Same thing here. Just start with a super easy figure 4. You don't have to do any more than this. And then with the left ankle, you're just going to turn that left ankle toward the right knee and out. And then bring it in and out. One more, squeeze it in and out. Hold. Cross ankles. Either the ankles come in, that's plenty enough stretch, or we reach for cow face legs. Definitely feeling that hip. Soften the shoulders. Your head is neutral. You're not overreaching. Try to soften into the hips, nice and even. And release. Undo. Bring both knees to chest, reach through the legs, grab your feet, your ankles, your toes, your big toes, and come to happy baby. Again, just letting the hips be heavy, maybe rock a little side to side. Just breathe, everybody. And then take the torso back to neutral. So if you're rocking side to side, just come back to center. Try to press down toward the sacrum a little bit. Holding your pose. And release, bring those knees together. Take the feet to the floor. Grab your block. Take the block at its narrowest level between the knees, the narrowest width. Between your knees, your feet stay on the floor. Squeeze your block. Give it a good squeeze. Relax everything else. Release that squeeze. Good. Again, squeeze. Release. Last one, big squeeze. And release. Go to second level or second width. Still between the knees. The feet adjust accordingly. Feet should be about hips width apart here. Give the block a good squeeze. And release. Good, squeeze again. And release. Last one, squeeze. Release. Go wide with your block. Adjust the feet. Squeeze your block. And release. Good squeeze, everybody. Hold. Don't hold the breath. Release. Last one here. Release. Take your block out. Grab your strap one last time. We're almost done. Your strap, go ahead and take it narrow, the loop, narrow. Sorry, I had to think about something. Take the loop around the legs, just above the knees, a couple of inches. Your feet are roughly hips width apart. So we did a lot of hip work today. These are all lovely hip resets to help balance inner, outer thighs. So once that strap is there, press against the strap, listen up, and then try to pull the feet away from each other. You're going to feel a whole different move, whole different stretch or activation. Release, release. Whew, good. Two more like that. First, press against the strap. And then try to pull the feet away isometrically. Release. Last one here. First the strap, then the feet. Breathe, try to pull the heels away from each other. And release all the way. Bring those knees to your chest. Release the strap all the way. Grab your block. Lift your hips. Take that block under your sacrum. Please do not let it go anywhere near the soft flesh of your lower back. Should be below your lower back and below the hip line, the pelvic line of those hips. Pause here for a moment and just see how this feels to you. This is a restorative bridge. It is an inversion. It is lovely. You could stay right here with your feet on the floor, your arms out to your sides. Or if you would like, let's take the legs up toward the ceiling. Little bit deeper inversion variation here of legs up the wall. Whew. Now, when you're on your block, you can play here, whether you're at the tip or the top end of your sacrum, which is where I'm at, or if you level the sacrum more, so that it's a little more active in the lower back. Either one is fine. I would go with what feels good to you, but the legs should hover without any work to the core, any work to the rest of the body. And just breathe. Imagine the legs getting really heavy into the hip sockets, right? So they're just drawing the weight of gravity, drawing the femur bones into the sockets of the hips, letting it all feel very solid and stable. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. At any time that you feel you've had your legs up high for long enough, feel free to bring those feet back to the floor. While you're here, maybe you flex and point your toes just a little. Don't overdo. Maybe you circle your ankles. But then just let the pose be. This is very good for the nervous system. Feel your breath. Good. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly bend your knees. Take one foot to the floor at a time, nice and slow. Let your feet stay on the floor. Pause here on your block. And then press into your feet. Lift the hips. Take your block out. And let's get ready for Shavasana. So if you have a blanket or anything else that feels really cuddly and warm and loving, take your blanket, make yourself comfortable. Maybe the hands rest on the belly or down at your sides. Close the eyes, everyone. And just feel your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Just letting go. Go softer still. For those of you who are ready, and start to wake the body up. Maybe bend the knees, allow the knees to come toward your chest. Stay warm. Allow the knees to rock side to side. And then let the knees roll to one side, curling all the way over to fetal pose. And then from here, pressing all the way up. Good. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale them to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom, your own inner strength, compassion. I am so grateful for this community of yogis. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right. Blanket and all. Thanks, everybody.